Alright, looks like we're all set to go. And whoa, we have a very active chat right out of the gate, and that's exactly what I like to see. But yeah, that's what we're here to see, is an active chat, seeing us cheered on to see if we can accomplish the tasks that are about to be presented to us, because we have been able to reach 2 more milestones with Matthia over the course of the past week, which means now we get the opportunity to go and take on their ultimate challenges within Stormblood. So, hey there to Emily, Elizabeth, Miguel, and Parker. Welcome to the stream, as well as to everyone else that's just logging on. We're glad to have you with us. So, greetings, people of the world. Matthia back with you here at Novaura Autism for another edition of A Day in the Life of Tales of Eorzea here in Final Fantasy XIV. Parker, if you want to get a shout out that badly, if you want to shout out your channel that badly, if you want to promote your channel, like, we do have a Discord server. So if you're not part of our Discord server, then let me give you a link to said Discord server, so that you can click on that. If you don't have a Discord account, you can set one up, and then you can click on that link to accept the invite to our Discord server, and then you can promote your channel there to our audience and to all the people who are out there, so you can so you don't have to keep asking for shoutouts all the time. You'll have a direct link to our audience, and you'll have a direct link to the people who are regularly within our Discord server, and you can let them know what's going on, because we do have a channel promotion tab, so by all means, please feel free to use it. Okay, so now that we're getting to the main reason why we're here tonight. As you know, over the course of the last few weeks, Matthia has been getting levels on both Summoner and Scholar, and as it stands right now, as of last night, he has both Summoner and Scholar to level 70, which means he now has a total of 9 of the 15 warrior classes in this game so far to level 70. So, yeah, suffice to say, big accomplishment for us to get 2 birds with 1 stone, which is how Summoner and Scholar always work. So tonight, we are going to be taking on both the 68 Summoner and Scholar challenges, as well as the level 70s, because of course we have both classes to level 70 now. As you can see, I've been able to use as much of the resources that I could to have my Summoner at item level 359, which means he's actually my most powerful mage right now. Stronger than my red mage as far as pure item level, and has all the gear that is also shared by my red mage. And of course has the book too, so yeah, some very important additions to my collection for Matthia as a red mage, being able to get that further along. So tonight we're going to start by going to take on the 68 challenge, if I can remember where we have to go. I think we're just going back to Amitra, actually. Yeah, I think we're just going back to Amitra, so back to Gridania. Of course, Matthia properly decked out for Halloween with the 2015 Halloween model witches outfit. For those who remember way back when, there was the 2014 model, but I like the 2015 model better. In fact, I even have visualized quite a number of times over the course of the last few Halloweens, all my characters who I've played so far as, all wearing this outfit, and they're all basically like their own coven, and they're all standing in front of a cauldron, they're stirring it, doing the old double trouble boiling bubble chants. Yeah, they're all doing it together. They're all enjoying it. They're all having a good time. Yeah, in fact, if you remember 2 Halloweens ago, Matthia was actually wearing this outfit when I showed off live the level 60 Black Mage challenge for Heaven's Ward. So now, back to Amitra and the sentient book Principia, who's now been put in a bit of a bind due to the fact that Principia's creator has apparently been able to keep his spirit alive or something, and has restricted Principia's abilities to give us stronger skills as a summoner. So, yeah, that's definitely going to set us back here as we prepare to take on the 68 and the 70. So let's go ahead and speak with Amitra for the level 68 Summoner's Challenge entitled Off the Record. Amitra seems to be having trouble making headway with her research. I searched through the usual histories, but found scant mention of Sari. 'Tis as Prince said. Records of his existence have been all but expunged. And since my own knowledge is limited to the day I was stored away, we must rely on those lost Alekan records that escaped the Purge. My colleague Rambrose may be able to help us here. Hardly a day goes past when his team does not lift some forgotten treasure from the ruins of Mordona. Shall we pay him a visit? Well, we often do when we're dealing with the summoners, so yeah, back to Mordona. Yeah, returning to Revenant's Toll to continue on with our Summoner Challenge. Alright, we've arrived. And so away we go. On a beautiful starry night as we make our way towards the direction of St. Koinek's Find near the base of the Crystal Tower. Yeah, everything's lit up tonight, including, of course, Mathia's outfit. And making our way through the crystal arches. Yeah, much better than the golden arches, that's for sure. Yeah, I very rarely go to McDonald's. The only time I ever have a reason to go to McDonald's is when they have the Shamrock Shakeout for St. Patrick's Day. Other than that, I really don't have much incentive to go to McDonald's. Hey there, Ambrose. How are you? Amitra has informed me of your search, and I shall be certain to contact you should our discoveries include any mention of this Sari. There may, however, be a swifter way to acquire the information you seek. And how would that be? I know of a merchant who collects undeciphered tombstones with even greater zeal than the Sons of St. Koinek. How much of a pretty penny are we gonna have to cough up? You speak of Rowena. Oh, jeez. Yeah, the hoarder of tombstones. Aye, we have formed something of a symbiotic relationship with her consortium. In return for financing our excavations, we provide Rowena with a selection of our finds. I'm sure you would find her amenable to a request for assistance. After all, you would merely need to borrow her tombstones for a time, yes? Here, I've penned a letter with my personal reassurances that her stock will be returned none the worse for wear. Alright then. Over in Nim? Okay, yeah, I can understand that, Elizabeth. Alright, back to Revenant's Toll then. Yeah, our time here was brief, but it was worth it. Make our way back over to a person we have not seen in a long time for any content that I've done. And that is Rowena of her House of Splendors, with locations in both Mordona and also in Idleshire. Shocked she has not set up shop in Walgard's Reach yet. That's really surprising. Hey there, Rowena, it's been a while. Hi, what can I do for you? Well, this, particularly.
So you've the backing of old Rambrose, eh? Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to lend you some of my tombstones. In fact, to do you one better and let you borrow the transcripts, courtesy of the scribes at the ironworks. As books, they're a damn sight heavier, but you don't need fancy machines with it's all pounded down in ink and parchment. Yeah. Give me a summary of the contents when you're finished, and I'll consider that as payment. Collectors will part with more coin if they know what they're getting, and my time's too precious to be wasted on reading ancient history.
Fair enough.
Consider it a deal, Rowena, and thank you. Well, Matthia, shall we get to work?
Yeah, I think so too. I kind of feel bad for this Lalafell here. Speaking of Rowena, probably has no idea who she's dealing with. Alright, back over this way. So I guess Rowena's chilling out by the Aetheryte or something? Well, more or less. Oh, she's on a bench to sit on. I didn't know there were benches over here. Yeah, she definitely has a few books beside her. And one's right next to her lap.
Fancy that. I barely begun skimming the very first volume and there are already some promising passages. Let us wake Prin and share our findings, shall we?
Oh, the book she has with her is Principia. Okay. Oh, Rambrose, you came to offer a visit.
Oh, Rambrose, have you come to check on our progress?
Yeah, maybe he has something for us.
This charming tome is Principia, a sentient familiar of ancient Talag.
A pleasure to meet you, Master Rambrose. Pray call me Prin if you prefer. Thank you, Prin, and may I say what a privilege it is to meet such a rare and clever construct.
Clever? Well, yes, apparently Prin was written that way. In fact, we were just hoping to hear an opinion on a new snippet of information I've uncovered. 'Twas an order listed in a record of Imperial Military Communications, commanding that the fruits of the Master Summoner's research be seized. It appears that the army had more than a passing interest in Sari's experiments.
And what exactly was the purpose of this research? Master Sari toiled towards summoning magics with etherochemical technology. For example, he experimented with replacing grimoires with mechanical mediums and sought to manifest Igai of greater authenticity by utilizing high-speed computations. Simply put, he turned to machines to enhance traditional summoning methods. Is that the gist of it? Correct, but Master Sari was never one to abuse the success of his experiments, no matter how they magnified his power. He would not place his trust in machines. Their inherently complex nature was too prone to error, he said.
The dates on these communications indicate a time in the latter half of Sari's life. Is it possible something could have occurred between crafting you and the execution of this order that may have greatly altered the summoner's outlook?
There was, of course. The violent wave of anti-summoner sentiment that swept through Alag. It claimed the lives of many of Master Sari's disciplines. Following their deaths, he began spending much of his time cloistered within his laboratory. Such an incident could certainly be responsible for changing a man. And Principia, you were unaware of subsequent events once you fell into slumber, yes? Well, hopefully this is fun and interesting for you there, Elizabeth.
From what we've learned so far, 'tis safe to say that the foe we encountered was related to Sari's research in some way. And then there are more likely clues buried in these records. I shall speak with Captain Wolf and ask to borrow the sharp minds of a summoner squad.
Yeah, the sharp minds and the scantily clad bodies of his summoner squad.
'Tis a rather intimidating part to tackle on our own.
Well, seeing as you have the transcripts, there's no need to travel far. You are welcome to make use of my tent and the reference materials on Alag found therein.
That would be an enormous help, thank you. Let's hold these books to the dig site, shall we?
Thanks, Elizabeth. Appreciate it. Alright, looks like dawn is about to rise here in Mordona. Oh, Crow just logged in. Let's go and say hello to him. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Crow. Yeah, that's a very beautiful sunrise. With the crystal tower and all the other crystals shining all over the place, it makes for a very beautiful sunrise. Well, as I always try to encourage, if you know of anyone else who might feel that way, Elizabeth, feel free to let them know what's going on. Oh, she's not speaking with rainbows, she's actually standing over here. Alright. Well, we found everyone. Everyone's all here. Wolfie isn't, though, which is a surprise. Alright, Amitra.
Our summoner colleagues arrived with a swiftness after I laid to them our request. 'Tis well to see them recovered from their injuries.
Yeah, they suffered quite a bit of a pain before, in the 65.
With everyone pitching in, we stand a good chance of finding something useful.
And so, sometime later...
Ah, here's the bugger I was looking for. This is a record of when the military finally caught up with Sari. It says here the summoner was found dead, killed by someone else, it seems. Then we have proof of the original Sari's demise in the Third Astral Era. Now there remains the question of who, or what, attacked us in this age. My coin is on one of those clone creations. Is there aught more to the story, Lieutenant? Aye, it goes on to describe how the Imperial Army took over Sari's research, lauding his experiments as exceptionally dangerous but ripe with potential applications. They shifted operations to an artificial island soon after and began practicing practical testing. One cataclysmic accident later, though, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, uh-oh.
This artificial island must be a reference to Seal Rock, the very site of our encounter with the present-day Sari.
During the battle, my creator's simulacrum, that's a tongue twister, exhibited the ability to summon multiple Egai simultaneously, as well as manifest highly authentic facsimiles of flesh and blood entities. The basis for every one of these unorthodox techniques can be traced back to Master Sari's research into machine-enhanced summoning.
I have to say we have enough evidence to support a working theory, then. Namely, that the Allegan military was using a clone of the deceased Sari to perform hazardous experiments, tests which explore the feasibility of etherochemically bolstered summoning magics. And when we landed on Seal Rock, we must have somehow awoken the remnants of those experiments. Mayhap we have solved the mystery of who the attacker was, but now I would know the place where he fled. What refuge exists for such a being? From what I can gather, the results of Sari's work were bundled off to some secret laboratory called the Etherochemical Research Facility.
We know where that is. Does that mean we have to go back there? For combat?
You know this place, sir. Is it far?
Oh, it's far, alright. Yeah, let me tell you how far it is. Ozus Law? If that's where they were keeping Sari's research, then it's possible the clone may have headed there.
Our squad will fly back to Seal Rock and make further investigations. The relics of the past may hold some hint we haven't yet considered. An excellent idea, thank you. We shall return to Gridania for the time being.
Combat isn't required? Hey there, Nate. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Whose hairstyle are you talking about there, Elizabeth? But yeah, no combat required for this particular quest. Maybe there's a second 68 that we're gonna be doing that actually does involve combat? Oh, on Jaja Sumu, okay. Hey Miro, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Alright, back to Gridania. Which also means back to Miketo. Hey there, Maria Luisa. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Yeah. Buenas noches, Maria. Glad to have you all joining us here tonight. But yeah, will we actually get to see combat at level 68 or do we go directly to level 70? Because if that's the case, I think this will be the first 68 that we've seen so far, the first level 68 challenge, where combat has not been required. And we just bypass it and go to 70. Alright, hey there, Mitra.
I've received an update from Captain Wolf regarding their investigations on Seal Rock. It would seem that certain of the elegant relics have shown signs of recent activation. The mechanisms were too heavily damaged to offer more in the way of useful information, however. I fear we must brave this Arslan facility and search for Sorry ourselves. Is that what he was hoping for when he said, "I will be waiting"?
It is possible. I did not think the detail important at the time, but the lock engaged by Master Sai's simulacrum was not of the strictest tier. Rather, the seal is one which fades upon the sealer's demise. Meaning...
Then he was goading us into finding and defeating him? Another challenge, or is it simply a trap?
We'll find out soon enough, won't we?
I'm not fond of rushing into the unknown. Gird yourself for the worst, Matthia, and I will learn the present circumstances of the research facility.
You know, this will get nasty in a hurry, so... We'll take the experience we don't need because we're already maxed out, but we will take 1,429 gil. Stand strong and unified! Hey there, Emily. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Hey, Emily, if I can ask you a question. You've been able to interact with Skyla a lot more than I've been able to successfully. Do you think you could help me out? Because I mentioned before that I wanted to send a gift to her, but she hasn't responded back to me saying that I wanted to do that. Do you think you could get in contact with her so that I can be able to possibly send her the Book of Anne of Green Gables that I was intending to send? If we could do that, I'd appreciate it. Okay, so... Is this a 68? No, there's no combat at 68. We just go right to level 70. Well then, so be it, I guess. So then let's take on the level 70 Summoners Challenge entitled An Art for the Living. And Mitra is ready to depart for Oz's Law.
I've learned all there is to be learned about the research facility. The time has come to make our move. From what my sister and her colleagues have told me, the laboratories are housed in an extremely dangerous quadrant of Oz's Law. We'll not want to wander around inviting trouble, but rather plot the swiftest and safest route to our destination.
Well, I did send one to her most recent Discord handle. It's Catboy Sky, right? Because that's the one that I sent the message to before.
There should be a terminal somewhere that will allow us to pinpoint the section where Sari's research is being stored. Once we arrive on Oz's Law, finding such a terminal will be our highest priority. I've informed Captain Wolf of our forthcoming expedition. He insisted that he and his summoner squad provide us with support. Let us make ready and meet them at Helix.
That we shall do. So, Helix it is. Ugh. And so, here we are at Oz's Law for the first time in a long time. Oh, they're all over here. Yeah, Mitra, the 3 scary-looking summoners, and Dancing Wolf. All present and accounted for. But I have to ask, where's Principia? Yeah, our big sentient book with fangs is not with us. Where is he? Mitra, do you know what's going on?
Ours' law is even more fantastical than I imagined, but we mustn't let ourselves be distracted by the scenery. We should find out and search for a control panel of some description.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Emily.
And we can use that
to plan the simplest route to our objective, yes? Yeah, hey there, Wolfie.
Aye, then we plunge ahead, swift and sure, and bring an end to this bastard clone. That is my intention. It is important to note, however, that we have yet to determine if our enemy is truly a clone or not. Even an artificial copy would appear as a living, breathing being. The man you fought on Steel Rock seemed almost otherworldly.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Mitra, but no matter what he is, we need to slay him to lift Prince Seal. The job remains the same. Yes, indeed.
True enough. Then we should first focus on finding that terminal. Matthia, if you would, pray search around the base of the Warring Triad statues.
There are Warring Triad statues? I know we fought them during Heaven's War, but there are statues? Keep your guard up. If Sorry knows we're coming, he may prepare to welcome. Oh, level 6. I'm sorry to hear about that. Alright, let's go find the required research facility terminal. Yeah, imagine that she's got a lot of responsibility with her work now, I would guess. Where are we going exactly? So yeah, it would be right at where the research facility is, so we have to get a little more altitude. Yeah, just get ourselves altitude, because yeah, it's so easy to go underneath. But yeah, when she said statues, I was like, there are statues? Which made me think maybe there's more than this that meets the eye. Oh, these things. Okay. Yeah, that would be a statue of Sophia. Have I never noticed these? Yeah, there's Sophia. And then over here on the right, I believe, with the big tail and the lance, this is Zervan. And last but not least, the original member of the Warring Triad, Sephiroth. How have I never noticed these statues? We fought the Warring Triad before, but never knew that this existed. That's so weird. I think we may have to get below ground in order to find what we need. Is there an underneath? Yes, there is. But not quite where I'm looking for. Maybe it's right at the entrance to the facility itself. You do not know how to operate the terminal. Oh, okay. Also, I'm outside the circle. Yeah, they must have hid this one well. The tunnel underneath? No. Okay, yeah, we've already looked in there. Don't want to get into any unnecessary combat. Oh, wait a... Oh, okay. I did not even notice you. Yeah, and I'm being chased. Yeah, take that. Yeah, I was looking for a terminal to interact with. But apparently that's not what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be looking for a purple enemy perimeter. Now it turns into the terminal that I require. That's much better. So what's going on? I predicted you would be the first to find me. A lesser summoner would have been slain. Yeah. Where are you, sorry? And here comes everyone else.
Matthia! Sorry's clone! It's here!
Clone? Oh, you seek to explain my existence. An understandable theory, but I am far more than one of those clumsy creations. You had best abandon this flawed perception lest it lead you down to the path to failure. I shall await you inside potential. You will pass my test, your true final challenge, or you will die never knowing what I truly am. Yeah, I don't like being kept in the dark. And so he's inside. False teeth, he's gone again! And there's Principia. Yeah, where were you kept? Yeah, let's try to figure this out.
Did you see that, Matthia? The way he vanished? 'Tis akin to the dismissal of a summoned entity. So you're saying he's some sort of e-guy? One more wearing Sorry's face? But how can he look so solid and, well, alive?
With the aid of a computational machine, it will be theoretically possible to reconstruct Aether into a near-perfect replica of Sorry's corporeal form. Yeah. He was summoned using a machine? Correct. Master Sorry's research developed mechanical substitutes for grimoires. In fact, the lieutenant is standing right in front of one. Oh, you mean this thing?
This thing, eh? It looks a bit like them tome liths on Seal Rock, only they was much bigger. Gods, can the bugger pop up anywhere there's one of these devices? Aye, I think we can now safely assume that this Sorry is the product of enhanced summoning magic. But our answer leaves us with yet another question. If Sorry is the E-guy, then who is the summoner? Even if the grimoire is replaced by a machine, there must still exist the one who commands it. We've just gotta find the master then. If we don't squash the summoner, the bastard will just bring the Sorry E-guy back again and again and again.
Whomever the bastard may be, he or she must be concealed somewhere nearby. An entity will always be summoned within a certain distance of the summoner. Even machine-enhanced techniques cannot circumvent this basic principle. And so, yeah, let's continue on, shall we? Hey Sabrina, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. That our antagonist chose not to make an appearance on Seal Rock suggests a reluctance to expose oneself to direct harm. In this location, however, with so many computational devices near to hand, I expect the foe's art will be significantly bolstered.
So that E-guy will be even stronger than last time? All the more reason to take down this summoner quickly before we're assaulted by ethereal horrors.
Oh, that was Wolf's line. So the E-guy will be even stronger than last time? All the more reason to take this summoner quickly before we're swamped by ethereal horrors.
Well, I brought a little device that should help. An aetherometer I borrowed from my sister, Stola. If I can detect the right currents, it should lead us straight to our hidden enemy.
Well, let's hope they're right about that. Excellent, Amitra. That may make all the difference. Right, let's be about this then. Summoner Squad, take the fan and clear the way forward. In a tutu?
Hi, we've been waiting for the chance to prove ourselves. You just focus on finding the summoner and we'll sweep aside the dregs.
We'll do what we can.
Surprisingly though, there are no such thing as a tutu yet to wear in Final Fantasy XIV.
With all the feminine outfits that exist in this game, a tutu is not one of them. Alright, Wolf, I'm ready to dance if you are. Ready for round 2, Matthia. The terminal has provided us with a direct route to the research storage chamber. We're gonna rip through this facility and take Sari's clone apart. It is an ethereal entity, Captain Wolf, not a clone. And I must point out that your true objective is the summoner rather than the servant. Right, I knew that. As we planned then. Summoner Squad, front and center. Carve Matthia a path through.
Hi, Captain.
Amitra, you're in charge of finding whoever's pulling this imposter Sari's strings. Let's go!
Yeah, that's right there, Nilm, and welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us tonight.
And so... yeah, there's the quote-unquote E-guy. It's wonderful. You've done well to make it this far. The summoner has to be around here somewhere, Amitra. Use your gadget, I'll buy you some time. We came here to remove the seal you put on Principia. Do as we ask, and this can all end peacefully.
I'm sorry, Captain. I'm afraid I can't do that. To do so would run contrary to the purpose for which I was created. Surely by now you have come to realize my true nature?
You are an E-guy in the form of my creator, an existence made possible through a fusion of summoning magic and etherochemical technology. But while Master Sari was the last of the great summoners of Valag, you are not more than an elaborate imitation, and you are no match for the summoner who now stands before you.
Very good, but your conjecture has missed the mark. What I am is a defense mechanism that is capable of self-enhancement in order to combat ever greater threats. Shall I phrase this in simple terms? In the event that I encounter a presence with greater potential than Sari, I am compelled to harness that potential through main force and compose its ether into a new guardian entity.
Meaning... you mean to kill Matthia and make an E-guy of the Warrior of Light? That's creepy.
Have we reached an understanding? A peaceable conclusion to this encounter was never forthcoming.
Apparently not. His reasoning has been broken down. Your deeds have saved countless lives and will continue to do so. How can one justify killing you, Master, when you embody the very principles for which summoning magic was invented? Amitra, any luck of finding that summoner?
I've just finished tracing the threads. The camouflage is impressive, but I'm still shocked that we missed something of that size. Our true enemy is up there!
A giant node.
How observant of you. You have uncovered Master Summoner Sari's greatest masterpiece, an artificially sentient evocation matrix.
And what is it creating? Oh, of course.
The complexity of my design simply cannot be compared to the primitive principles used in Principia's construction.
In other words, yeah, more clones. This is a breeding machine.
Your defeat is inevitable.
Yeah, I don't like breeding machines. I know what they do in Minecraft. Tough talk for an aging machine whose logic channels have obviously rusted with disuse. Master, might you and your companions dispose of this unsightly and unseemly amalgamation of refuse? I believe we can try and do that. A giant note and 3 ugly clones. Take down the summoners first or go for the head? All will be revealed in time. Just let me in. Yeah, they're all fused to the summoner, so maybe no choice. Whoa, look out. Alright, there's 1 gone, 2 gone. Well, already? Yeah, my 359 is definitely paying off here. Or however much it was, I don't remember. Whoa. Wow, 5,000 points on a crit hit on Ruin 3. That means he's gonna bring out 3 more sorries. Actually, that looks more like more than 3. Yeah, in fact, I think that's 6. If that's the case, damn. Alright, you're gone. Holy cow, I have 5 stacks of bio. How do I have 5 stacks of bio? Not that it matters because my HP is so high. But still though, that's 5 stacks! I'm just gonna summon more again. Well, I'm gonna keep on trying. I'm gonna keep giving this a go until I actually get you gone. Alright, the other one is... Wait a minute. Oh! Yeah, I just noticed that now. Like, what is that thing? Oh, this'll hurt. Not badly, given my item level, but still it hurts. Yeah, this thing's desperate now. We made it angry, but that must mean we're winning. I would agree. Now we have a Chimera on the field. Whoa! Oh, I'm standing in something I shouldn't be standing in. I don't know what this Chimera is doing here, but it needs to go away. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, don't do that. Ow. Yeah, I realized that before when it was too late. Now the next thing to drop down, an FX 1979. And that looks like an even stronger version of a Chimera. Oh, they dropped something in front of me again. Yeah, so far, whoa. I do not know where to take this. Oh, good, you let your guard down just in time for me to take 5 points off you. Okay, I guess now we finally are getting progress. Until this happens. Oh crap, we're gonna get overwhelmed. Okay, going for it all then. We're almost there. Got it. We got it. Yeah, that was getting intense. May we now exit this unpleasant place. I agree, Principia. Metallic nutballs, huh? Well, we certainly did that. Alright, Amitra. How do we assess all this?
A stunning victory, Matthia. We won the day, but Captain Wolf wished to stay behind and conduct a thorough search. I told him it was still too dangerous to wander around alone, but
the captain is a stubborn man.
Not to worry though, if aught should happen we'll soon charge off to fight at his side. Captain Wolf will call if he needs us, aye. We should be celebrating here. Does this not mean Prince Seed is now broken?
Master's success is indeed something to be celebrated. I was not crafted to experience emotion, but I do feel a certain rustle of satisfaction in my pages.
Once you've mastered them high-end and mighty techniques, you'll be stronger than ever. Well, I think I'd rather learn by your example anyway, instead of from musty old scrolls written by some long-dead elegant summoner.
I guess. It is in the hopes of achieving such an outcome that I woke from my slumber. The art of summoning is for the living, as my creator once so fond of declaring.
Matthia, Prin, let us say our farewells for the moment. Thank you for your aid, everyone. We could not have done this without you.
And so yeah, that means we don't have to look at the old summoners in their creepy outfits anymore. Yeah, we no longer have to be creeped out by these people. Hey Ichigo, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Alright, back to Gridania. Where's my other half? Oh, I thought Ichigo was here. Yeah, everyone said Ichigo and I was like, oh, Ichigo's here? Probably still working on his homework or something. And eating dinner. He is 3 hours behind where I am. Alright, put a spring in your step. Yeah, I saw Sabrina type Ichigo in all caps. I was like, oh, Ichigo's here? And I didn't notice? Yeah, back over to Mitra and Principia and Dancing Wolf to complete the challenge for the Summoner.
Welcome back, Matthia. You were only meant to face 3 challenges, and we ended up chasing your prize into the heavens themselves.
An unexpected development which you handled with exceptional grace, Master. And now at long last, I can finally bequeath to you the highest secrets of summoning. Pray step forward. Yeah, this has to be done under the Den of Night. Yeah, congratulations!
What a momentous occasion! The wisdom of the last of Alag's master summoners is yours. Ere you depart to explore your newfound powers, however, Captain Wolf has a report for us. It should explain much of what occurred at Eorzea.
Aye, well, I wanted to be sure that machine was truly undone, and after poking around inside it, I discovered a number of soul crystals. According to Principia, they belong to Sari's disciples.
The captain also unearthed the tombstone containing undoctored records of that age. It would seem that following the murder of his students, Sari became increasingly bitter. He began to doubt that the future could be safely entrusted to the capricious whims of mortals. Instead, he explored other methods by which new generations might be safeguarded from the threat of primals, and committed himself to etherochemical research.
As you may have surmised, the evocation matrix was the end result of Master Sari's tool. Despite drawing on its embedded soul crystals and unrivaled computational power, this terrible invention was capable of manifesting a veritable host of ethereal avatars. Once he was satisfied with his work, Sari commanded the machine to act as civilization's mightiest guardian, and then he killed himself. His ethereal essence was absorbed and a formidable e-guy was added to his invention's arsenal. So, now you know the truth of it.
What a price to pay to ensure that the art of summoning survived until the morrow. After failing to protect his disciples, I wonder if he meant to preserve their soul crystals in their stead.
Even if that were his intention, he chose the wrong way to achieve it. Yeah. Prin here is the embodiment of the hopeful ideals of Sari's younger self. The murderous machine of his latter years is the product of frustration and anger and grief. Yeah, I think we can all agree about that.
But what will we do with crystals? We cannot risk them falling into the hands of another villain like Tristan.
Yeah, so how will we go about it? If you wish, I could swallow the crystals and hold them safe until another era has need of them. My enchantments would ensure that they pass only into the hands of the worthy. Well, considering that you are a sentient book with teeth, I would not be surprised if you could consume them. Swallow? You mean to eat them? Fear not, Captain. I have no digestive tract of which to speak, for obvious reasons. And now that I've instructed Master in the wisdom of Alag, this task shall be the last I perform ere I return to slumber. Yeah, because it's hard to keep doing his voice.
Wait, so this is farewell?
Correct. Or, mayhap more appropriately, good night. As a familiar, I was not inspired to experience loneliness. I was, however, written with the knowledge that it is best to not draw out on a parting of ways with needless sentimentality. No tears for you then, eh, Prin? Summoning magic was created to combat the threat of the primals. The ideal world is one in which I never need again awaken. Wield the art well, Master. I'll do my best there, Prin. And with that, he stops moving. Off to Dreamland, just like that. I suppose Prin's purpose is served, and that's the same as happiness to a familiar. Speaking of serving one's purpose, I think it's time I took my leave.
Aye, the tasks of the morrow beckon to us all. Let us do what we may so that Prin might rest peacefully for many years to come.
Alright. I get the feeling if we ever pursued the summoner's course again, we may once again need the services of Dancing Wolf and his creepily dressed summoners. We can only find out when the next expansion takes place. So under a Starry Night in Gridania, we'll take 3200 gil, as well as the Summoner's level 70 outfit called Chandler's Attire, as well as the ability to summon Bahamut. Summons dummy Bahamut to fight by your side. Each time uses an action as on a target, dummy Bahamut will execute Worm Wave on the same target. Lasts for 20 seconds, has a 2-point Dreadworm Ether cost, and has a 30-second recast timer. Cannot summon dummy Bahamut unless a pet is already summoned. Current pet will leave the battlefield while dummy Bahamut is present and once gone, return once gone. Cannot use under the effect of Dreadworm Trance. Speaking of Dreadworm Trance, it now becomes... grants Dreadworm Aether upon the end of Dreadworm Trance. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how all this stuff works out. Stand strong and unified! And so, there we go. All the challenges for the Summoner are done. And we get an expansion on the Trance Gauge. So yeah, it certainly looks really nice, doesn't it? And earn the achievement Soul Summoner 3 in the process. Alright, so we're going to go ahead now and switch over to Scholar. Because now it's time to take on the 68 and 70 Summoners challenges. Before I do though, I am going to go and get myself some water because, yeah, definitely tested the voice there with what I was doing. So, be back in a moment and we will get started on the 68 and 70 Scholars challenges. So back in a moment. What are we all talking about? Moogle dance? You want to dance in Moogle? Got you covered there, Sabrina. Well, at least I will if there's another person with a Moogle who I happen to come across. But yeah, I know how much you love this thing, Sabrina, but yeah, of course we couldn't summon him while we were preoccupied with kicking the clones and the drones and the nodes' butts. Yeah, we were definitely fixated on that stuff. So, yes, with the Scholar we're at item level 348. However, I could have been higher if random number generator and a little more tomestones could have got me a stronger ring. Other than that, like, everything's at least 355 or 360. Oh, except for the boots. Also, the boots are at 330, but like, I'm at 348. I would like to think this is going to go well, but we'll see how it goes. Well, I'm the only one on right now there, Elizabeth. Find Ilsanth. Yeah, he has his own life, guys. Okay. I need to remind myself of where we have to continue for Scholar. Summoner, Scholar... Memory... Okay, gotta go back to Bronze Lake. Oh no, it's not Bronze Lake, it's actually... It's actually Limsa Lominsa. And if it's not Limsa Lominsa, then it's Bronze Lake. Well, you still have one on Exodus. Yeah, let's go and pay visits to the Marauders Guild. Oh, Alka's not here, so he is at Bronze Lake. Alright then. Oh, okay. Got it. Alright, Bronze Lake. And we also have a standoff. But that standoff will have to wait. We have more important matters right now. Where is Cerrito? Oh, where's Cerrito? Okay, so Alka's not at Limsa Lominsa, and Cerrito's not the Wanderer's Palace? What's going on? Yeah, what gives here? Loving memory. Return to Camp Tranquil with the total and did not... Is it Camp Tranquil? I didn't do that again, did I? Anyway, we found Zalka. Now we can move on to continue on with things. So, let's go ahead and take on the level 68 Scholars Challenge entitled The Chase. Alka Zolka's face is drawn into tight lines. Matthia
Matthia, something's terribly wrong. Ever since she collapsed, Satoto hasn't so much as stirred. According to Cerrito Carito, the sickness transforms not only the body but also the quality of the afflicted individual's ether. As such, attempting to summon Lilac in her current state likely drained her of her nearly all her vitality. A bit of rest, however, should have been enough to replenish her reserves, and she should be awake by now. The fact that she's not means something else is amiss.
Calm down there, Sabrina.
Please go and have a word with Cerrito Carito, scholar to scholar. Perhaps if you were to combine your wits, you might learn what is wrong. I shall remain here and look after Satoto.
So now he's back at the Wanderer's Palace. Yeah, now he's back over there. Alright, so now back over to the Wanderer's Palace. He was like, where are the two people that I need to speak to for this thing that we're doing? Well, now we know where they both are, and Cerrito finally returned to his usual hiding place. This Cerrito, how are you?
So Satoto still slumbers on.
That's right.
Normally, when scholars summon their fairies, they do so by extracting a portion of the ether circulating through their body and willing it to take shape. By releasing that form, they can then dismiss it and the ether will flow back into their bodies. This is what should have happened to Satoto when she fell unconscious. I cannot understand why she remains asleep. Unless... what if she only managed a partial summoning? There is a possibility that all of Satoto's ether fled from her body upon calling to Lilac, causing her to then fall unconscious before the fairy could fully manifest. That would mean this unbound phantom is out there somewhere, aimlessly roaming the land and preventing her from regaining consciousness. You and Olka must hurry to find and dispatch of it before it wanders too far. It may be the only way to wake her.
So in other words, she's like our sleeping beauty. Alright, Barrett's okay and tranquil. Yeah, fair enough there, Emily. Okay, over to Olka. Here's what Cerrito had to say to you. Here's what's gonna happen.
Finally, you've returned. What did Cerrito Carito have to say?
Here's what he had to say.
A partially summoned familiar? Then, as Cerrito Carito suggests, we must hunt this thing down and destroy it. Do you recall how right before Satoto fell unconscious at the ruins, a purple sphere of light appeared before us? That must be the phantom fairy to which he refers. Problem is, the moment it materialized, it vanished from Amdapor Keep. There's no telling where it could have gone.
Maybe Landon L, the Wood Whalers can let us know? The two of you are looking awfully somber. What's wrong? Well, here's what's going on there, Landon L, of the Company of Heroes. Does this thing by any chance resemble a floating violet orb?
So you've seen it?
No, but lately many of the whalers have been claiming they've encountered a spectre in the forest. In fact, the reports have been so numerous in number that I've been given orders to investigate the matter. Interestingly enough, the description they've given me seems to match this description of this phantom fairy of yours.
Right, that'll be it alright.
While I like to immediately begin my search of this fairy spectre, there are a few rather pressing matters I must attend to first.
Not to worry, Matthia and I will take it from here. We've already troubled you enough as it is.
Very well then. My men have spotted the thing along the upper paths and Snake Vault. You may want to begin yours by searching both of those places.
Thank you.
I'm not doing it for you, I'm doing it for the young lady. It's not as though I could simply stand by and watch as a helpless girl fights for her life. Well, so be it there, Landonell.
It may not seem it, but somewhere in that man is a good heart. Now then, let's immediately begin surveying the areas Landonell mentioned. You take the upper paths and I'll go to Snake Mold.
And we'll see what happens when we meet in the middle. Okay, so upper paths means... Oh, actually we don't even need to go that far. Because yeah, upper paths usually means somewhere around here. Thankfully we don't even need to go that far. No, instead all we're going to do is head up the path that we usually take to go visit with Eorzea when we do White Mage challenges. But instead, we're going to go over this way. Check the area around the bridge. Probably a good idea for me to bring on my ferry. Yeah, now I have a ferry, and I have a Moogle. So let's go ahead and check the area out. You notice nothing out of the ordinary. So keep going. And so, a little further down the path. 4-month-old kitten. You guys all playing in chat now? Okay, what can we find over here, possibly? Alright, now we got purple smoke. Which means combat required. Which thankfully I'm glad we're doing. Out of the corner of your eye you see an eerily glowing presence floating toward you. It releases a hideous scream and you find yourself under attack. Hello there. Also, it's probably in my best interest to cast Protect myself. Let's also drop this on you. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of healing. Oh, I didn't realize that this thing's almost dead. Yeah, it is now dead. And there we go. Back to Camp Tranquil. It's Satoto there, Sabrina. Okay. So back to Ulka.
Ah, it's about time you came, my friend. I was beginning to grow concerned one of the beasts in the forest had gotten the better of you.
Well, thankfully it didn't work out like that.
I myself encountered a few fair woodland creatures during my search, one of which was a purple sphere of light. Alas, it turned out to be simply a will-o'-the-wisp. By the expression on your face, I assume your investigation went no better?
Actually, here's what happened.
Where the seven hells did that thing fly off to?
Maybe Landon now knows. There you are. Just moments ago, one of my men was attacked by Old Ferry. What?
What?
Yeah, this isn't good. According to him, it disappeared into the lost city of Amderpool. We won't be able to give chase just yet. However, entry into the area is heavily restricted due to the darkness which permeates it. We need to receive permission from the Order of the Twin Adder. I shall go and request that right now. In the meantime, I ask that you wait here.
Landonel, with all due respect, why is it that you're so intent on helping us? To put it bluntly, the ferry is our responsibility, not yours.
I told you before, green of skin or not, I cannot stand to see the young girls suffer. After all, the duty of the strong is to protect the weak. Now, if the two of you are planning on joining me in this fight against the Fairy Phantom, I'll suggest you begin making preparations. Taking this thing down is going to be no easy task. Yes, indeed. So we'll take our worthless experience and 1,943 gil. Stand strong and do not fight. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Emily catches me while in the middle of working with, talking with Alka, and brings out her lone Moogle to have fun with us. Yeah, dressed in what appears to be a combination of the summer, of two of the summoner summer outfits. One from this year and one from last year. All dyed white for good measure. Anyway, as those two are having their... Yeah, as long as those two are having their fun little dance... Yeah, get back to dancing, you two. Let's continue talking with Alka. And we'll move on to our final challenge for the level 70 scholar, entitled Our Unsung Heroes. Alka Zolka impatiently awaits your arrival.
Matthia, you're here. Excellent.
I never left.
Landonel mere moments ago received the necessary authorization for us to enter Amdapor. He'll also be accompanying us into the Lost City. He claims that in watching over Satoto, he's developed a brotherly affection for her and wants to help. Honestly, I think he's just ready for a fight. Well, whatever his reasons, I'm simply glad for his assistance. The more seasoned fighters we take, the faster we'll be able to dispatch the parasite leeching Satoto of her aether. Now, let us head to the gates where we will be meeting Landonel.
Very well. Emily, are you good with following me to the lost city of Amdapor? Yeah, obviously we won't be going there for the dungeon. Yeah, here's where our rendezvous is. It's gonna start getting nasty.
Are you ready, Matthia? Good. The moment Landonel joins us, we'll enter the Lost City.
And so away we go. Yeah, I noticed there was a ribbon, I just wasn't sure which one it was. Okay, and there it is. So let's follow the thing. After the ferry! So yeah, we're in the hard mode area of the lost city of Amdapor. Where of course, enemy confrontations will be required. Let's cast Protect before we really start getting into business. Let's see how we do. Well, so far it's so good for us. Whoa! Yeah, stay out of danger there. Yeah, do whatever you can to us there, Light Sprite, but we're hurting you pretty badly here. As well as your friends. Okay, went over this way. Give you a warning shot. Yeah, it's a shame I don't know how to use most of my scholar abilities. Because I'm pretty sure if I did, I'd probably be in a much better spot. Well, Landon's doing a pretty good job on the lancing, which is good. Oh, they're both running. Yeah, let's at the very least give you guys a little bit of health. Yeah, because you guys have got this just fine. It's the glamour for the gold saucer. It's the gambler's outfit. And since it's from the gold saucer, it is of course incidentally dyed in gold. But there's no actual hat for it. I just added the hat for a touch. Yeah, the hat that I added, it was a felt cavalier's hat. Yeah, just because I just thought that would be a nice touch because it looks like a really good hat with the feather on it. And because it has that, I thought it would look really nice because even the color of the feather kind of matches with the hat itself, with the dye on it. Ah, crap, my attack didn't count. There we go. And now off to the boss room. Yeah, is it waiting for us? Yeah, in fact, it seems like it wants to revive Karibu, the boss of the lost city of Amdapur. Yeah, Karibu wants a rematch. Well, let's not hesitate in giving it to him. We even get the appropriate boss music. Now here's the question. Does it have to be beaten the same way as in in Heaven's Ward, where you have to kill it 3 times? Yeah, that's my big question. Okay, it didn't suffer much in terms of damage. Let's drop a Shadow Flare on your head. Yeah, so far we're basically working like a regular party. Oh. Yeah, we need to spread out, but Alka, what are you doing? You almost turned that on me! Yeah, that could have gone awry. Yeah, that could have easily gone awry. Oh, yeah, this is gonna hurt. There's no way to avoid this. Oh, ads. Well, I'll heal you guys. You just focus on killing the sprites. Well... yeah, now these things have their own abilities, too. Now take this, you. One boil... oh, run! Run! And then run back. Okay, kill it off before he could get his move off. Good. Oh, awkward, awkward. Stack mech, stack mech. Physic. For you. Land then I'll take my lustrates. Should be enough to get us to the end. Oh, you ran over there again, which means, yeah. Should have seen this coming. Ouch. Okay, you take a lustrates. It didn't have as much for you, though. Yeah, you guys finish them up. I'll get you covered from here. Oh, put it down. There we go. Got it. And there is no round 2 or 3. We won. Yeah, that's right, Emily. Because, yeah, I only had a level 60 ring on my scholar. Or one of my rings was a level 60. The other was level 70. So now that we've beaten Karibu again, turns back into a statue. Well, where's that fairy phantom?
Is it gone? It is! We did it! It's another victory for the Royal Marines!
The statue stopped moving and the earlier dread I felt has begun to recede. It appears the Phantom Fairy is no longer.
Yes, which means there's a very good chance that Toto's ether has returned to her. She'll be up soon. Let's hurry back so that she might have a friendly face to wave to.
Yes, indeed. Let us be on our way. Am I gonna get stopped short? Yeah, I'm by Eos, supposedly. Yeah, I think Eos is trying to thank us. No, it's going back to Karibu to find a soul crystal, I think. Yeah, probably this is what was required.
Matthia, what in God's name are you doing? Come, we must return to Camp Tranquil post-haste.
Sorry, Eos was just guiding me to a trinket. It may be important. Yeah, it may be important, Alka. It might not be important to you, but it's important to me, and it might be important to Sir Toto, too. Yeah, let's get back to Alka and talk to him.
That fight took out a lot more out of me than I thought it did. Where's the Toto? And Lantanel, for that matter.
There's our little Tonberry Black Mage.
Satoto, you're awake! Alka, what's wrong? Are you alright? Do you not remember? You attempted to summon Lilac and fell unconscious. You've been asleep this entire time. Well, at least until we defeated the fairy you had called forth. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. It was never my intention to place any of you in harm's way.
Yeah, feels bad about it.
While I was sleeping, I had a dream. It was of my father. When the first wave of the sickness hit, person after person began taking ill. I watched as he and the other scholars rushed through the streets, trying to save anyone they could. Then the sickness struck me. When my skin began to turn green and my lungs began to shrink, he decided to embark upon a mission to obtain the cure. One he knew was destined to end in failure from the very start. He made his way to where all the white mages resided, the enemy nation of Amdapur. In a last-ditch attempt to save me, he infiltrated their borders. I suppose we all know how that story ends.
Oh, well done there, Mira.
Even if he no longer cared for me, loathed me even, for what I had become, it wouldn't matter. I just wish I could have seen him one last time. What are you talking about, Satoru? Your father would have been delighted to see the stunning young woman you've grown into. Thank you, Orca. You always know what to say. While I've always known that I'd never again feel my father's loving embrace, I thought that maybe, just maybe, I could have at least seen his fairy. In my selfish desire to do so, however, I put everyone in danger, including Lilac. Words are not enough to express how sorry I am. That reminds me, Satoru, do you have any idea why Lilac was so drawn to the lost city?
You need not worry about it, friend. There is likely little rhyme or reason to the actions of a frenzied spirit.
Maybe, but the way she was moving seemed deliberate. Almost as though she was trying to show us something. Do you have any ideas, Matthia?
Hold out the gemstone. Yeah, show the thing that Orca wasn't wanting to let us take.
A gemstone? I think this is what Lilac was trying to lead us to. We should take it to Cerrito Carrito that he might examine it. He of all people will be able to comprehend its significance.
Let's hope you're right about that. And so away we run. But before we go...
Oh, I nearly forgot. Landonel, sir. Thank you for taking care of me when I was unwell.
Think nothing of it. This world may be full of self-serving men and women, but don't forget that not all of us are like that. Should you run into someone, or something that threatens to hurt you, be sure to come and find me. Once I run them through with my lance, they should bother you no longer.
Thank you, sir. I'll be sure to do that.
Yeah. So now back to chilling out and being a wood whaler again. Thinking of the glory days in the company of heroes. So, back to the Wanderer's Palace in Bronze Lake. So, let's go back there and see everything that Cerrito Carrito has to say about the fancy little gem that we found. I wonder what it would have happened if I said if I shook my head in response to, do we know anything? But it's too late to think about that now. We've gotta show Cerrito what we found. Maybe we even have a bit of a reunion too. Good one out there, Emily.
Cerrito Carrito, there's something we would like for you to examine.
Yeah, and even Satoru came along.
Matthia discovered this gemstone in the lost city of Amdapor. It seemed as if it was to be of great import to the fairy Satoru summoned.
Indeed? Yeah, shall we find out? Here you go.
Dear gods! It couldn't possibly be! This gemstone, it appears to contain concentrated white magics. How did you find this?
Well, let's tell you how we found it.
From what you described, I can only surmise that this is the Guardian Statue's crystal core and the source of its power. Is it possible then that this is what Satoru's father sought to acquire by infiltrating Amdapor? It is very likely. Had the Nimians managed to attain and analyze one of these gemstones, we could have found the remedies to any number of diseases. Possibly even that of the sickness which destroyed our lands. Just as I thought, Lilac was acting with deliberate intent. She had guided us to the lost city that we might uncover this. Normally, a fairy which has failed to fully manifest is nothing more than a sphere of turbulent etheric energy, incapable of being manipulated by its summoner. Lilac, however, is in part a remnant of her father's ether. Perhaps she retained his strong will to see that Satoto was saved. Lilac, Father, thank you. Thank you for everything.
And so now that clears things up a little bit. I have to speak to both Cerrito and Satoto. Alright, Cerrito, your thoughts? As we let the Moogles continue to dance and have fun. The two of you have gone to great lengths to bring Satoto safely back to us. For that I cannot thank you enough. The gemstone that you brought back from Amdapur at Lilac's behest will no doubt pave the way for a new generation of scholars. I shall begin analyzing this gemstone straight away. I will do whatever it takes to discover the cure and thus carry on Satoto's father's legacy. And, speaking of legacies, you have shaped up to be a mighty fine scholar, Matthia. I cannot help but feel proud whenever I look upon you. Thank you for that, Cerrito. And as far as Satoto is concerned,
in my selfish desire to reconnect with my father, I caused the two of you a great deal of distress. For that I am terribly sorry. Satoto, there's no need to apologize. Your undying gratitude is more than enough. Thank you, Olka, for everything. That you should even now treat me like the young girl I once was. It is perhaps what I've come to like about you the most. My apologies, Satoto. I didn't quite catch that. Do you think that you could... Satoto? Are you alright? You're going red. Mayhap you need to lay down and rest? I'm perfectly fine. Although, Olka, the next time the Royal Marines are out training, would it be alright if I joined you? Of course! You'd be a fine addition to our ranks, milady. You are the daughter of one of Nim's very own Royal Marines, after all.
And her appreciation is expressed.
For now, this is enough. When the day comes that I retain my original body, however, I pray that you will give me strength. Father, Lilac, that I might one day conceal my feeling to him.
And so I guess, Olka, the last word goes to you.
What a relief that it is that Satoto is back to normal.
Yes, indeed.
While incredibly trying, I cannot help but be glad for a little misadventure. Not only will it aid Cerrito Corito's efforts to discover a cure, but the Royal Marines have become stronger for it. We've even earned ourselves a new member. I know I don't say it enough, but thank you, Matthia, for always being there. You are an excellent scholar and an even better friend. Now, let us leave this place. It is past time we returned home to continue our training.
I couldn't agree more.
To victory come hells or high water!
And away he goes to continue on with just that. So, we'll go ahead and take our 3000 gil, the Scholar's Quest, equipment known as Orator's Attire, and the level 70 ability Ether Pact. Orders Fairy to execute Fey Union with target party member. Effect ends upon reuse. Cost 10 points on the Fairy Gauge, has a 3-second recast timer. Fairy Gauge increases when a fairy is summoned and an Aether Flow action is successfully executed. And so there we go. We now officially have completed 9 level 70 challenges. Stand strong and unified! So that's 9 down and 6 to go. Fairy Gauge unlocked. Yay! And look how cute it is. Yeah, definitely like the look of that for sure. So yeah, we got all this stuff now at our disposal, but we have not yet had the opportunity to look at it. The Chandler's attire and the Orator's attire. I don't know how much inventory space is open to me. In fact, it looks like I'll need to open up a bit of it. Quite a bit of it. Alright then. If it's gonna be like that. Yeah, what should we part with? Well, why don't we start by moving some of the stuff that we don't really need currently. And wow, that's a lot of stuff in my leggings. Yeah, I got this and trying it during my grinding, but of course I don't need that. What can be parted with? Fending, striking, scouting, the Chandler's boots. Okay. Archer, rogue, archer. Okay, so I don't need these. I want to make sure I get the bard properly updated. Yep. Okay. So let's go ahead and move these leggings into the inventory as much as we can. Okay, so leggings. What can be parted with here? Maiming. Tanks. Aiming. Maiming. Oh, don't need that. Alright. There we go then. So that goes in there. Okay, yeah, that looks about right. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see what this stuff looks like on. Oh, this is Sari's look. Ugh, sorry. Yeah, an inconvenient belch at an inconvenient time. This is Sari's outfit. This is exactly what Sari was wearing. And so now it belongs to us. We even get the creepy tattoo on our torso. Yeah, look at that. We even get the creepy tattoo on our torso. Yeah, definitely a lot of hilariousness with that. Hey, Ichigo, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. We were talking about you quite a bit, actually. So yeah, that's what the horn looks like and everything else. So, let's go ahead and G-pose here. So that we get the proper shot of it. Yeah, even Dea asked to look in. Yeah, that's what it all looks like. Yeah, that really creeps me out, that tattoo. Alright, and then as far as the scholar's outfit is concerned... Yeah, an antiquated order's mortarboard. Okay, I'll definitely need those. Order's bottoms. And order's shoes. Yeah. So basically, it's like another variation of the Scholar's level 50 outfit, is basically what it is. So yeah, that's what it looks like with the Scholar's look. Not a fan there, Mira? Well, I'll be honest, it does, for me at least, it does look a little classier than the level 50 Scholars look. Yeah, I compared to the level 50, I do like this one better. Yeah, it makes me look more aristocratic, honestly. You know, with the fancy feathers and the whatever this thing is, the half fan that's sticking out of the hat. Like I like this. This isn't too bad. I'm not obviously going to hold on to it as my permanent glamour. But knowing that we have now successfully gotten ourselves 9 level 70s on Matthia, we have definitely gotten this accomplished. And I am definitely happy about that. It's based off Final Fantasy IX. Wow, that's definitely gonna take a lot of difficulty for me to remember all the details in 9. Like, obviously there are some things that I do remember about Final Fantasy IX very vividly that everyone should remember. Speaking of Final Fantasy IX, I know everyone loves Final Fantasy IX for Vivi, the little black mage, but my favorite character in Final Fantasy IX was always Quina. Quina has to be one of the funniest characters that you play as in Final Fantasy history. Yeah, I always had to have her in my party. She was always so hilarious to play as. It was so much fun to play with Quina. Do I have the God of Magic title? Not yet. Not yet, because I still need to level Black Mage, White Mage, and Astrologian to level 70. But since I'm not going to show off Black Mage and White Mage, I'm not going to level Black Mage and White Mage again, because I already did that to level 70 with Corinne earlier this year. So I'm trying to avoid repeats as much as possible. However, since I'm not going to be showing off that either those or Samurai, since I've already shown off Corinne being a level 70 Samurai, I would like to ask you guys a question. Since I'm obviously going to level White Mage, Black Mage, and Samurai to level 70 anyway, but that'll all be done after Matthia levels the remaining 3 level 60s that he has, which are Astrologian, Monk, and Machinist. Before I go off the air tonight, I want to ask you guys, which of these 3 do you want me to level next? Should I level the Astrologian, the Monk, or the Machinist? Which of those 3 should I get up to level 70 next? Because with the way I'm going right now, it's quite possible I can get at least 2 of these to level 70 before the end of the calendar year. So please feel free to let me know which of these you think I should level next. Throw your comments in there. I'd like to know what you guys are thinking. Getting a couple of votes for the Astrologian, got one from the Machinist. Yeah, it seems like everyone is leaning towards Astrologian. So be it then. So that's what we'll work on next. So yeah, level 70 Astrologian, here we come. Hopefully by the end of the year. And after that, we might have time to level either Monk or Machinist before the year comes to an end. So definitely getting somewhere with advancing in terms of leveling old Mathia's alts. And we're definitely on a good pace to get Matthia to having level 70 on everything before the new expansion comes out. So yeah, we are definitely making progress in that regard. And so can't wait to continue to work on this. Of course, tomorrow's reset day, which means we'll be focusing primarily on expert roulettes and other things of that nature. But I look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow with Corinne as we continue to give her more stuff for pushing towards getting a fully fledged item level 390 Lance, because that's next on the priority list for her. And we'll see you guys tomorrow with everything that we need. So thanks guys for joining us. Thank you for being such an active audience tonight. It was really nice to see so much conversation in the chat, and thanks so much for your input for what we were able to do tonight and deciding what path Matthia takes next. So we'll look forward to doing that in the weeks to come, and it'll certainly be quite an interesting experience. So just as a reminder for Wednesday, we will be going and finishing off what we did with Rika from a couple of weeks ago for the 25 Years of Autism webcast, when we had her doing the Hildebrand mysteries. She had gotten to the point where she was at the arranged marriage, and we were about to complete that particular mystery. And there's still a couple of mysteries after that still to do. So on Halloween night in 2 days, we will finish that with Rika. So certainly would encourage you guys to come join me on Halloween night when that happens. And of course, tomorrow night when we continue playing this game with Corinne. So, with that in mind, I'd like to thank everyone for watching tonight's edition of A Day in the Life of Tales of Eorzea here in Final Fantasy XIV. And I'll see you guys all again tomorrow with Corinne as we get back a little more towards normal, because now that we've successfully completed the Dome and Enclave, we can pretty much focus on everything else. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and as the Moogles continue to dance happily and with Emily standing at my side, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, this is Matthew with Novaura Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.